Shit. Let's get into it. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex here, Rock 254. Man, you tune in for another one. I got a topic tonight for y'all, boy. Yes, sir. I got a topic tonight for y'all. Still gotta. Okay, so I guess it was just like low. Let's get into some gangster shit. Alright, so first we gotta address the elephant in the room, man. Just got home from work. I wasn't even finna go live tonight. But I got home, looked at the computer, as my food was warming up, and I looked and I was like, 7,300? That's what's up. So we hit 7,300 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? 20K in 2020. You know what I'm saying? We might just drop something that's going, just get us, shoot us up there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, gotta celebrate all the victories, man. Celebrate all the victories. What's up, Eli? Yes, sir. Let me see. Right, come to the party. See if we can get 4 good ones on here, man. But before we get deep off into it, man, we finna go ahead and address this whole Terminator X thing. That's why a lot of people gonna click on this video, and to make sure that it's not clickbait, they be like, man, you just played the game the whole time. We're gonna get off into that first, and then we'll get off into some gangster shit. Alright, so the other day, I was on social media, like a lot of times I am, and I was in a group. I don't want to say the group because I don't want to say the group because then it'll be like, I don't know, maybe trying to come up off of the group, whatever. Anyway, so what I did is, well, I asked a question. The question I phrased as the following. Hold on, let's see who we got up in the room. What's up, Official? What's up, Classic? How many subscribers you got now, Classic? We got Official, D-Friend here, Eli, Classic. So Classic, before, you know, we was talking about this the other night. I've come back with a new understanding that may or may not work for some people. So, what is your reasoning for grabbing that Terminator X? And then we're gonna get off into the comments. Or why are you going to go Terminator X over how you did it before? Okay, you got 15K. Yeah, man, you on the way, baby. You on the way. Just don't forget about the little guys. Don't forget about the little guys. Am I damn mic plugged in? My mic be acting like that bitch don't want to work. Testing. Alright, there you go. I ain't nothing. Trying to get his money, dog. Me and my boys out here last night, dog. We ran up a meal like 2 times, dog. Just the two of us. Hell yeah, we were busting their ass. I was trying. Oh, for real? Already. Oh yeah, yeah. Last night too. Hell yeah. Shit. So let's try it. Well, we'll try. Let's see if we get a couple good people in here, man. If not, then shit, we'll go. We'll just run a duo with the two of us. What? Oh man. Hell yeah. I was just one for the low. That boy hurting. I wish I could find a box shaver for that cheap. $250. All right, so uh, classic reason for going with the Terminator X is it's reasonably priced, all new parts, easy to work with. What's going on? Just stopping in, show some respect. What's up, Danny? I'm about to head to the shop. They're selling junkyard parts for that bread. Hell yeah, man.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Gotta get it. Damn, bitch. I suck. Damn, he got me. Alright, so bought a grill at the yard for 30s and sold it for 250. God damn. Get that bread, dog. Get that bread. Alright, so the question that I asked on the little forum was, I said, I am sure that companies do market research before dumping money into a product and releasing it to the public. But I can't for the life of me wrap my head around why someone would buy a Terminator X. My conclusions have come to the ability of it to self-learn with included wideband sensor and a touchscreen, no need for HP tuners and credits. But that's only good for one vehicle. What if you have multiple? If I can run my boost on the stock PCM with a 2-bar map, then why on earth spend that $1,000? I mean, that's your turbo setup, right? So, of course, not all these comments were friendly. Some people felt like I was coming for their beloved Terminator X, but I was really just looking for some reasoning. I mean, I was really just looking for some reasoning, and some actual reasons. So in conclusion, well, first of all, let me read you some of these funny responses. Somebody asked me was I okay. Somebody asked me where did the Terminator X touch me at. Somebody asked me, is this a troll post or is this serious? To which I told him I was serious. Let's see what else.
County target is down. Well
done. Then some people were like, "Oh, it comes down to choices you make in your life." Somebody said, because some of us have made good choices in life, have no debt, and can easily afford to buy a plug-and-play system. then use the time we save to spend with our families. Which some people started arguing about that. Drag racing. Drag racing pretty much is like what made, I guess, the most sense to me.
Primary LZs are marked. Extract is standing by.
The plug and play. The plug and play seems to be a lot of it. Some people were expressing they didn't want to learn how to tune. You know what I'm saying? They just want to plug it in and drive it and be good to go. Which, I mean, I get it. If that's your thing, then like we can, it's. I don't think it's wrong either way. At that point, I mean, but if you're gonna buy something, to me, in my thought process, if I'm going to buy something like that, then I might as well just pay somebody to install it too. Like, pay somebody to install it, let them do whatever. I mean, you already got money to spend on that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want it to sound like I'm hating on Terminator X. So let me finish going through some of these comments. Some people said Holly has advantages. Somebody said I had HP tuners and I still bought the Terminator because I wanted to. That's not really as because I wanted to. But like I said, there are tons of reasons people don't want to be tuners. Also clean and prepackaged, very appealing. Let's see. Then people were saying that it was $300 to $400 for the hardware, $100 for the ECU. They would much rather spend the extra $600 and just have it tuned by itself. But the thing that made the most sense to me, and just because it made sense to me does not mean that it'll make sense to anybody else. Basically was people saying that there were certain features that are built into it that you can, I mean, you basically can't do with the ECM. And I'm one of them people, man, when it boils down to it, man, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So the guy was telling me, let me read you his comment verbatim. I like numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's why we out here chasing money on a video game. Let's see, let me find it. Somebody said, say someone spends $600 on swap harness, then when it's done, another $500 to tune. You're at $1,100 right there, which technically is the same, I guess. Where's that comment?
Allied cluster strike inbound.
Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick.
Does anyone need this? Anyone need this?
Ram chargers. Dang, I should have screenshot these comments. I apologize, y'all. So,
Bounty target identified. Slot the bastard.
This guy said people I know with them argue after spending money on all the credits from HP that they would be close to the same amount. I don't know what all credits have to be spent. All you got to do is spend $100 one time for whatever car, and then you can go back and make as many changes as you could or that you want to. From HT, they'd be close to the same amount. One of my buddies built a 6.0 turbo jet boat, and his tuner wouldn't tune it without using Terminator X. Some same people say, well, I have to buy credits every time I want to change the tune, so screw that. I think it's from lots of misinformation. I, for one, would go HP, had a built Suburban, but I got it running and don't want to take it apart. I'm all in at 1300 and the drive's nice. Then somebody else said they both had their advantages. I have vehicles with both. I don't think it's misinformation, but people who don't have all of the information. Either one can be right choice depending on a number of factors. And this guy said the reason I switched is because of all of the built-in features that I would have had to buy boxes for with HP tuners. Boost control and nitrous control are the main reasons. He said it was $500 for HP tuners. I got like $100 less because $300 for the thing and then $100 for credits. So $500. He was close. $300 for a nitrous controller, which I don't plan on running nitrous, but if you were, I mean, you're already at $800. And then it says $550 for a boost controller. So with that, you got to look at. Ooh, there's money in the back of the truck. So with that, so if you're paying $550, then $550 for a boost controller, $300 for a nitrous, then yeah, I can see that. But a lot of people that I know, and this is where I don't want people to get confused, man. Because everybody, like, some people just be buying shit to be buying shit, and they don't really know the difference. Like, those features, you know what I'm saying? If you were to run them, you know what I'm saying, it makes sense. I don't know much about nitrous, really don't know much about boost. I know that those are both power adders. The guy was saying you pay that $550 for the boost controller, $300 for the nitrous controller, and still can't set up a two-step without a box. Terminator X is $1,000, and he can do everything he needs in his pile of shit drag car. So I think that makes it real beneficial. But for guys who are not doing that, for guys that are just doing cam head springs, you know, trying to get $400 or $500 to the tire, like it ain't necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessary. Even if you were thinking about going turbo, you can do it that way too. My biggest question after that was Holly sells like fuel setup kits for like $600. So on top of that $9.99, you still got to spend another $6 to get you still got to spend another $600 for the fuel setup thing. You know, I mean, it's just a lot of this stuff. I mean, I think it add up more that way. I think it may add up more that way. But I do see where there is a market for it. You know what I'm saying? I do see where there's a market for it. What's up, Swaps? He said, unless you're just allergic to spinning bread. That's not true. I have three cars in my garage that barely get driven. Well, 3 cars in the driveway that hardly ever get driven because they're my projects. I mean, if it's justified, like some people, I mean, and like I said, don't get me wrong. Some people be like, "Oh man, why he got on them cars? He can only drive one at a time." You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's always going to be somebody, but for as somebody who, you know what I'm saying, has done a couple LS swaps, not with any real aptitude or background in the subject, but was able to, you know, get the car running, driving, whatever, etc., then I don't know, like I just don't know why you would spend that extra money if it was unnecessarily done. Swap, since you're here, let me pick your brain. what is a two-step? The guy said you would still have to buy like a two-step. Like I said, I'm not a racer, so I don't know. This is why I'm asking somebody that I know about it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put that shit on a t-shirt. Classic. I'm allergic to spending money. What's up? Let me see a couple other questions. I was gonna make this a video, but I'm probably not. And then some people started trying to add up some numbers. Somebody was saying harness 250 to 500, HP tuners 400, wideband 250. Wideband is more like 180. HP tuners once again 4 with the credits. Then the harness 250 to 500. Like the harness don't have to be that much if you rework it yourself. But I mean, I get it. I mean, I was once faced with that dilemma. Like, do I spend 600? Y'all remember when we first was finna go get the Caprice tuned or whatever, and the guy told us pretty much that I would have to have the O2 sensors. He said he didn't do harnesses. He said he didn't do harnesses, and that I would probably be better off going and buying one from Payless. It was at that moment that I had a decision to make. Was I gonna spend $600 on this harness, or was I gonna go buy maybe $20, $30 worth of electrical connectors and little stuff to make it happen and do it myself? I was faced with that decision, and I picked to rework the harness, which probably didn't take me that long. And this is from somebody that had never reworked the harness before ever. And my first harness had a couple bugs in it, just because when I was testing the connections, I kind of stretched out some of the plugs weren't making connections, so I did have to go back and kind of correct some of those. But I mean, that's the only way that you're gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? If you make those mistakes. At the end of the day, though, I ain't nowhere close to $500 on a harness. So I mean, I get it, man. I get it. People were saying it was a cheaper way to get your car running. I heard the Terminator X don't even control the damn transmission. That's just what I heard. Oh yeah, I was asking Swaps, what's a two-step?
Move to the next area and secure the perimeter.
Yo, what's up? Our Rocks, OGs Gaming.
Moving.
What's up, PlayStation King of Kings? Yeah. Y'all know my motto, man. I've always been that, hey, I got more time than I got more time than I got money. You know what I'm saying? So, over the last however long I've been doing this YouTube shit, over the last 4 or 5 years, I done built 2 or 3 cars. Like, I feel like after this one, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? After the Cutlass, I feel like I'm done. Not necessarily with YouTube, but as far as like building cars and shit. I say that, but you never know. Like Logo say, wait until we run into a photo LS Broham that is affordable. But yeah, like I'm not planning to be building cars forever or whatever. So I've done it a couple times. Budget on the budget grid, like not really even Not even really. I mean, some bread had to be spent, but not nearly as much as, you know what I'm saying, some other guys are pouring off into their bills when they only running, you know, shit, just a LS engine in a car. And there's a difference between me and you. I was able to just order the harness computer, installed it, cranked right up. Lots of time and headache saved. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, there's value either way. You know what I'm saying? But now that I have learned that the that these guys that are running turbos and nitrous and they doing they doing racing shit, which I'm not. Uh, then yeah, I just yeah. I just feel like I said, I just want to spend as less as possible. But I don't want like if I can get the same results, like because I would be mad. Like don't get me wrong, I would be mad, bro, if I just spent $9.99 on this thing and however much more I had to get it going, and then I have to turn around and then I turn around and get whooped. Like I take it to the track, and then I get whooped by somebody that built their shit in their garage, bro. I feel some type of way. Somebody else said, if you don't know what you're doing, Terminator X can be very enticing. It's $1,000 for an engine computer, wiring harness, wideband, and a little display. It's very user friendly as has fail safes to prevent you from blowing your shit up. That's what he said. Plus, it has other output controls if you wanted to do a trans brake, nitrous, etc., etc. Well, my man Swaps just did the sloppy trans brake. You know what I'm saying, with a relay. You know what I'm saying? It may not be as effective as an actual trans brake. I don't know. Cause like I said, I haven't gotten that deep off into, you know what I'm saying, what they doing. But clearly there are advantages. Clearly it's not just a harness. Clearly it's not just a computer. So if you are going deeper and bigger into your build beyond cam, head, springs, and a turbo, maybe, then maybe leaning towards the Terminator might not be too bad. Like I said, I don't got nothing against them, what they do. I'm just a DIY guy rocking this thing, doing it on a budget. That's all. I think somebody said the X Max is like $1,300 to $1,400, and it controls the transmission. So, then there was a guy. There was a guy that said he'd been tuning with HP tuning for over 10 years. He said, money aside, get HP tuners if you want to enjoy tuning, refine details of your ride for months. Buy standalone if you want your car to run immediately with no time spent wondering how you get to certain things in HP tuners. see it. Man, so different people are just saying like how it's just easier. Like if you don't know about tuning, if you don't know about none of that stuff, then you know what I'm saying. So I have now identified the market that Terminator X is for. It's for people that just want to plug some shit on their shit and go. They don't want to learn it. They don't want to. They don't care about the why. They just want it to work. They don't care how it works. They just want it to work. And I can respect that. I can respect that. So, but at the same time, I don't want anybody that I know within my earshot, within my influence, to go out and buy a Terminator X just because they think that they need it. You know what I'm saying? Do the research, like I did, whether it's on the Holly website or what some may consider, I don't know, trolling. Trolling for the right answer. I mean, I don't know.
Supply box identified. Marking location now.
Gotta make it do what it do. Gotta make it do what it do. But, like I said, I want to get that out the way first so people wouldn't be like, oh, you say you talking about Terminator X and why it might be better, and you didn't talk about it at all. So there goes her Terminator talk. If you want to do it, if you got the money, go blow that bag. Do you, boo boo? Just like the same people that if you want to go tear through a perfectly good, well, not maybe we won't say perfectly good engine, but a engine that 9 times out of 10 does not need to be opened and fiddle with, and go through and just replace stuff to be replacing it, then by all means, do what makes you sleep better at night. Use for the best launch. Oh, the 2-step is. I won't be running 460 in my next build, so I won't need the transmission control. Going with a 204R. Oh, okay, got you. So are you running? What are you running? Are you gonna run? Are you running turbo on it? Yeah. I mean, like I said, when you think about it, like it makes sense. Even maybe, LS, you heard it here first. Maybe, like I said, if you don't want to get into the whole tuning, I mean, because don't get me wrong, like I know somebody has a Terminator X and they put it on a car, and I mean it's plug and play to a certain extent, but I mean you still you gotta know something. I mean, uh, you gotta know something. So the way that, so even if you just wanted to take your stock engine, you know what I'm saying? If you just wanted to take your stock engine and put a Terminator X on it and run it, it's going to tune itself. What is it tuning towards? That's my question. What is it tuning? What is it tuning towards? Is it tuning just towards stoic? Is it adding timing so it can get you more power? Like I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you take your stuff to a tuner, you're dialing it in for it to be the way that you want it to run. When I watch guru videos, you know what I'm saying, he's asking the guys like, all right, do you like how it shifts? You know what I'm saying? Terminator X ain't gonna ask you, do you like the way your car is shifting? It's just doing what it's supposed. It's just self-learning. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I think it just all depends on the person at the end of the day. It all depends on the person. But like I said, we off of that, and we in the game. So the 2-step helps build boost. Or is that I thought that's what the trans break was for. A possible added benefit is that Holly does LS Fest and they might feature you at their event. I don't want to be featured. I'm already famous. y'all make me famous. All 7,300 of y'all. Trans break is like in neutral, holding it in place. I'm just running a naturally aspirated 6L with a 200 for R. I gotta have that overdrive. Yeah, I feel you. I figured deal, yeah.
I got it. All right, passenger.
But classic, are you just running a 6L? Bro, you can give me that $9.99, dog. I'll tune your car however many times you want. However many times you want me to. Bro, for $9.99, dog. You my homie, dog. You wouldn't even, matter of fact, you wouldn't even have to give me the whole $9.99. But if you gonna spend the $9.99, dog, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Let me get that. Let me get that. Because like once the HP tuners, once the HP tuner like once you set your VE table, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, swaps, because you know I'm a baby to this swap shit, or not the swap shit, but to the tuning. After you
Enemy UAV overhead.
after you pretty much get the VE table dialed in,
Bounty target identified.
you know what I'm saying, and you add whatever timer you want for the power. You know, or you go back, you fatten up your fuel trims to add either more timing or whatever, to gain the desired result. After that, you know what I'm saying, you can pretty much just like kick the narrowband O2 sensors in and let them they pretty much make any little small corrections. You know what I'm saying, it's not like the stock computer is dumb. You know what I mean? It might not be as bright as Holly, but I mean it's not like it's dumb. But like I said, I get it. I get it. If Holly wants to send me one so I can review it, I would love to. I would love to. Cause it still has to be wired into the car. Right? I mean, it's still wiring that has to be done. You know what I'm saying? But after that, then we'll see. Matter of fact, when Classic get his done, we gonna link up, and we gonna look at Classic's Terminator. He said, I know nothing. Come on, man. We have Terminator for the Mustang. ODB, I'll be learning that this winter. Okay. So I'm gonna be watching Swaps videos and see how he feels about the comparison. But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. But if the computer is totally taking over the tuning, you know what I'm saying, it's self-learning. What is it? But what is it learning for? You know what I'm saying? Think of it as a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Not all boxers are just brute strength. Some are quicker, Some are more agile. Some, all boxers are not exactly the same. They all have different techniques. Um, so that's what I'm saying. This whole self-learning is learning to a style that's already designated by who? Holly.
Enemy soldier incoming. We're out of time. Scrub the contract.
But I'm gonna shut up. I don't know, man. I just I don't know, man. I can't get jiggy with this shit. I can't get jiggy with this shit, man. He said you gotta figure it out. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it, Swaps. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. So that's, like I said, that's my only question. You know what I'm saying? Self-learning, but it's learning to what standard is it learning? You know what I mean? Even with the self, as nice as it is for us to self-learn, and it got the wideband, and if it's got the wideband on there, I'm going to assume that it's aiming for stoic. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily aiming towards anything that is to your preference, unless you set it that way. Oh, but you still have to tell it how you want it. So, but I get it. I sound like a hater. It's all good. If Terminator X probably was out when people first started doing LS swaps, then that might have been the wave. But LS swaps, I guess, had to happen for Holly to even, you know, create the product that they created. So, whew. I just think like I just be thinking, man, $1,000, bro. I could go buy a whole nother car. like that same $1,000 was my engine. That same $1,000 was my engine, harness, computer flash, and my transmission. So that's like the whole drivetrain to me. I guess everybody look at $1,000 different. I don't want to watch that video classic. I don't want them to answer my questions. It's like, HP gang, or not even HP gang, dog. Just do it yourself. Because the journey, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the journey. A beautiful ride. Terminator is a new wave. I've not heard anything bad about it. I mean, I've heard a couple people having issues, but I think that these issues are coming from the same people that's like, oh, it's plug and play. Oh, it's plug and play. But if you don't hook it up right, if you can't wire it into your vehicle correctly, it's not gonna work right. So in the end, you still need to have some aptitude to know what it is that you need to do. You know what I mean?
Gear and weapons. Planes are making ready for deployment.
Like I said, these are my thoughts. I don't think like a lot of people did. At the end of the day, that's what makes me me. Like I said, I'm not hating on them. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that they make a decent quality product. But if I can achieve the same results with a little bit of blood, sweat, tears, uh, reading through some books, then I'm good. Know what I mean?
Enough practice. Time for the real thing.
That's just me though. Swap said, I like the idea of plug and play myself. I have had HP Tuner for years. They have done some things that don't benefit the customer. Would you care to share what those things are?
The job's simple. Secure more cash than the enemy. Contact! 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 That's our drop
You
off.
said I already do a lot myself.
Over there, maybe?
Hey, Classic, who did you send them Seesaw through? Did you send them like Greyhound? I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not against simplicity. I'm just against spending unnecessary money. Okay, Cease was a local sale. Yeah, that makes sense. I would local sell like big stuff. But I tell people, man, I ain't fooling with that big stuff. Just trying to ship it. I ain't gonna do it. Done away with MPV1.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Done away. Oh, they did away with MPV1. But I mean,
Enemy UAV
like, if
overhead.
you think of, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I think a lot of companies do that. Like, eventually
Extraction is standing by.
eventually
Marking
over
LZ
time,
for
like,
pickup.
they try to migrate people over to the newer
Hostile
stuff,
dropping into the
or they
area.
just
Watch the
don't,
skies.
have support for it anymore. Like a lot of Apple products are like that.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead.
I need a scope in this bitch. I ain't getting nothing. But yeah, I get what you're saying though. They could still, honor those guys or whatever. The only I think that is something, but at the same time, I kind of understand because I mean some products just become outdated. Like I'm sure that PlayStation, like, excuse me, just using an example, like I'm pretty sure that PlayStation is not working or PlayStation is not still offering tech support or shit for like PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1. Hell, PlayStation 3. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, at the same time, I do understand as a consumer and as you know as a business owner, I see it
Enemy dropping into the AO.
from both perspectives. I'm gonna get shot going up here. On your last here.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
He scooted around the building. I ain't even see him behind me. Classic, I see it now. He goes to mailbox, in the Terminator, he tries it, and he falls below. like I said, I am not against it. I'm just like it to me, like depending upon whatever setup that you're using, it may or may not make sense. To me, this is who it makes sense for. It makes sense to somebody that lives in fucking rural area.
Enemy soldier incoming.
You know what I'm saying, that may not have a tuner around, or they're not really looking for anything that's just like that specific.
Target area. You don't have
May
long.
not have a tuner. There's not really good tuners in their area, etc., etc. But like I said, it's not hard to learn, man. Like, if I can learn this, bro, I'm not the brightest crayon.
Enemy soldier incoming.
I'm not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not dumb, but I can put two and two together and get 22. See, I told y'all I wasn't smart. Oh man, I can add 2 plus 2 and get 4. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, through my trial and errors with you know, just LS swaps and figuring out how these LS motors function, etc., and how the sensors are important, etc. Like I have a better understanding of it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where like if something starts going wrong with it, like I can troubleshoot. You know what I'm saying? If you have a plug and play system and you plug that bitch in and it runs right just off the gate, what are you gonna do when some shit go wrong? What are you gonna do when some shit go wrong? Shit ain't always gonna be peaches and cream. What are you gonna do when shit hits the fan and your shit not running the way it's supposed to? Or what if you like? Are you going to buy all new sensors? You know, we ran into some issues with some coil packs being bad, and you know what I'm saying, XYZ. Is HP Tuners gonna tell you that well, not HP Tuners. Is Holly gonna tap you on your shoulder and be like, hey, coil pack number so and so is out? I mean, it might. But what if it doesn't throw a code and you really have to troubleshoot that shit? Y'all get where I'm going. Like I said, I'm not against it. I'm just about dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill. Allergic to spending money. I'll just flip some more junkyard parts to pay for that Terminator. Yeah, true. Now, like, if somebody who it doesn't make sense for, I think, is somebody who already got their shit running. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem to make sense because if your shit is already running, your shit is already tuned, you done already spent that money is gone. You are not getting it back. To spend another additional $1,000 or more depending upon what transmission you're running. You know what I'm saying? You may or may not want to go that route. Yeah, man. If Holly see this, then you know, just send me one. Change my mind, man. Change my mind. Like, I am not beyond. I won't say being persuaded, but see, at the same time, like I think, like I still have an upper hand over the person who's never wired some shit into a car before. You know
An
what I'm
enemy team is
saying?
hunting you. Stay alert.
There's never wired a harness into a car. Like I still had the upper hand. So, and that's, to me, that's where the biggest part of the wiring is wiring it into the car. Other than that, the sensors that they plug into are exactly the same. I mean, they can only be one sensor, or they can only go one way. They have to follow the engine the same way they did, you know what I'm saying, while it was in the donor vehicle. He said, I heard Haltech. What does Haltech make? I've never even heard of them. I'll be in my box, yo. I'll be in my box, literally. I'll be right in my box. Nah, but for real though, like I don't be like once I find something that works, like I kind of be. I'm not gonna say stubborn and stuck in my ways, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it type shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I am. You can't say that I am guilty of that. Like if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So, but for the, like I said, for the features that the guys in the group that I posted that in were telling me that these features that they used or they needed, it made sense. It really did, and now I understand. But it's still in my mind. I see swaps. I see swaps doing his swap the way that he did it, and Blanco got a turbo on it. You know what I'm saying? It's making boosts. It's doing it's doing what it's supposed to do. And he didn't spend that $9.99. So if I too can get to where swaps is with a turbo bill, ultimately that's all I would need. You know what I'm saying? If I was going turbo. Or if turbo was my goal. You know what I'm saying? If the end result was, to have the car acting a fool like that, getting squirrely, then mission accomplished with the PCM out the junkyard. Yeah, and that's what they was telling me, swaps. Like it has the boost controller, it has the nitrous controller. So, question: what are you using for a boost controller on Blanco? Was this something that you had to buy separately? I'll just flip some more junkyard. Okay, yeah, I read that already. Yeah, man. Classic. I need to get back on that, bro. I need some more money. Not for Terminator. Just Christmas is coming up. Did you see them hubcaps I got the other day, though? Man, them shits is hot. Them shits was hard, son.
Secure all cash in the area. Enemy attack chopper is in the AO. Bring it down and recover the cash.
There we go. Hopefully I'm not marked on them. I think I'm still marked. Old school ball spring boost controller is manual. Are you talking about the is that the waist? Oh, I don't know if I don't know if I'm calling it the correct term. So is that what like the wastegate is? Where I think I seen a video. Like people change out the spring to allow like different pressures. So like over a certain pressure, like it's gonna open and let off the extra. If so, I think I saw somebody made a video about. So somebody, one of them channels that was talking about putting a turbo on shit, had mentioned it before, but I didn't know what the hell they was talking about because I wasn't planning on doing on turbo. Still not all the way, but now I am. Cause now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Oh no, that's a wastegate. He said no. Oh, so what's this old school ball spring? Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I'm a Google it. So tell me. Okay, so tell me this: Are there what is the benefit over having like the boost control in Terminator X versus just a manual boost controller? Let's see. There's a ball with a spring behind the ball. The ball blocks the flow of air until the air pressure overcomes the spring. It is installed in line on the vacuum line leading to the wastegate. Most manual ball and spring type controllers are adjusted by tightening down the spring, making it harder to open and therefore requiring a higher pressure out of the turbo to open the wastegate. The pros are you can easily and quickly adjust boost pressures. You can keep the wastegate fully closed longer during spool up, which allows the turbo to spool faster and be more responsive. Cons, it is susceptible to overspiking based on the design of the boost controller, and the definition of overspiking is spiking is whenever the motor exceeds the amount of pressure that has been set by the boost controller or wastegate spring. Other terms that might be used to describe this are overboosting or boost spiking. An example could be a turbo setup that is using an 8 psi wastegate spring in the wastegate. When the motor is pushed When the motor is pushed, though, boost pressures are found to exceed 8 psi and spike but at pressure. Depending on the setup, most turbocharged users will see a boost spike of about 1 psi for just a split second till the waste it catches up with the amount of exhaust flow and the pressure stabilizes at the desired level. Some setups, though, deal with excessive boost spiking and find that as the motor is revved higher, the more CFM to exhaust flow is introduced, the spiking becomes worse. Once again, these are things that I feel are probably going to be more like they gotta be just right if you are racing. For the average Joe or for the average LS swapper, I don't think that it's going to matter to them. I could be wrong, but I could be wrong. I don't like selling hubcaps. Return ROI sucks on them. Well, no. I didn't get the hub. I didn't get the hubcaps to sell them. I was just gonna decorate the garage. I have had a couple people try to offer to get them off of me, but that's about it.
Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. How about that?
But yeah, if nobody had even asked me about them hubcaps, they going on the wall as decorations. Hell, I got a Oldsmobile. It just ain't the one that the hubcaps came off of.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy cluster strike incoming. Take cover.
Until you ought to get footage and only got very little footage, dead battery. Yeah, I always make sure my stuff is charged up. The only time something be ready to die is my phone. The camera by itself does pretty well, and then I got extra batteries for my camera too. Ooh. But yeah, I definitely feel you, Foxy. Like if I hadn't wanted those hubcaps, I wouldn't have grabbed them. That was just too clean to leave there. I just had to have them. Like I said, they could decorate the garage as far as I care. I seen a set like that on eBay though. I think they went like $250. Same hubcaps I got. I was like, damn. Once again, I use my GoPro. Yeah, my the matter of fact, this last time I went to the yard, I took my GoPro. Like I used my GoPro when I went. Like usually when my GoPro is charged all the way up, like just depending upon how many videos I'm trying to shoot or whatever, like I could probably get a good 3 or 4 videos on there, depending upon how long it is. You know what I'm saying? I could probably, like, if I was to take my GoPro, I could probably record probably 4 or 5 good cars. You know what I'm saying? But this last time when I went to the junkyard, hell, it was all bad. That setup that I have on my GoPro with the external microphone, like when it works good, but it's something that, like, I don't know if it has to be, it's something where like it doesn't recognize the outside microphone, and when it doesn't recognize that outside microphone, it basically doesn't pick up any sound. So when it don't pick up no sound and I get back home and I load it up on the computer, then it's like, what the fuck? I was talking the whole video showing the car, but when I get home I ain't got no sound. So now I ain't got no choice but to just throw some music over it and go with it. You know what I'm saying? Which, like, I mean, that was something that I was used to then, you know, since we done got a couple more subscribers and got that new camera. We done got a little bit bougie, you know what I'm saying? We forgot to do the microphone check 1, 2. We forgot to do the microphone check 1, 2 before we started recording with the GoPro. You know what I'm saying? We forgot where we came from and shit. So, yeah. Got a couple junkyard videos coming. It's not gonna have no sound. They just gonna have, I just put some music over it, and you know what I'm saying, y'all sit back and look at the cars.
Supply box marked. Secure the package.
But yeah, the GoPro, like, see that was the only thing though, cause like my GoPro, I don't like lugging that. Well, I don't like lugging my new camera, the M50. While it's not large, I mean, I don't want to take it to the junkyard. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather be up on that thing with my phone or the GoPro or whatever. But yeah, I don't wanna take my $400 camera. Well, actually, retail value is $6 something, $6.99. But you know me, you know what I'm saying. I hate spending money, so so I found one on Marketplace for the low and shit. You know what I mean?
We need a recce. Send that
So,
flyover.
UAV entering the AO.
but yeah, I mean, a lot of people neglect. A lot of people, you know, the sound, like sometimes probably the camera, the video setup on these new phones. I mean, it really is decent. A lot of them shoot 4K, 60 frames per second, 60 frames per second, and I mean sometimes you really don't even need all that, because 9 times out of 10 you uploading it at 1080, 30 frames a second anyway. So now the audio, on the other hand, in these through the cameras, yeah, it could definitely use some Jesus.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply. Enemy UAV overhead.
Yeah, he outside, y'all get him. Hit my 10,000 views today. Slowly but surely. Already, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. 10,000 views on the channel. Let's see. He said, well, how much an iPhone costs? A lot of times these days, phone is more expensive than the camera. Ah, this is true. This is very true. So
Dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
this is good. This is gonna caveat. This is gonna. Hey, this is gonna caveat back into what I was saying about the Holly shit, right? Know what I'm saying? So it's the perceived. Well, I won't even say it's the perceived value. Like, even if I am. So, okay, I'm not gonna dodge the question. I pay however much it was for my phone, like $1,100, something like that. Like $1,100. So I paid $1,100 over the course of 2-3 years. However many, I think it was like a 30-month. I think it was like a 30-month plan. You know what I'm saying? So over 30 months, I paid $1,100 because it's 30 months, no interest. You know, whatever. So $1,100 total. But that phone, like my phone, I have on me all the time. Like most people, you know what I'm saying? They phone do not leave a damn side. You know what I'm saying? They got their phone with them all the time. You know what I'm saying? I go live, like, if you think about it, all of the live streams I did, like all my live streams for the most part, be from my phone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when I'm responding to comments on my YouTube channel from my phone, you know what I'm saying? Keeping in contact with family, friends, texting, all that shit happens from the phone. Like the phone, I think the phone, even though they cost as much as they cost, they are that much a integral part of our lives to the point where like the cost is justified. Like if you think about it, for something, because of all the things that we spend all this money on, that $1,100 phone gets probably that your $1,100 phone probably gets to, like, my $1,100 phone gets touched every day, every day, every day. Like, stay on it. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, like, it's always in use, always in use. Versus, I don't know, maybe hell, that camera that I just paid $400 for, hell, it don't even get touched as much as his phone do. So that's why I buy a flagship phone that's brand new but 2-3 years old. Yeah, and I mean it's not, because like I mean, like I have, like, the new iPhone 12 is gonna drop, right? Like I still got the 10. You know what I'm saying? I still got the iPhone 10. Y'all know, not too long ago I was having some issues with my phone. My charger port was messed up and all of that, and I was like, man, I don't want to buy another phone. You know, I'm good. This phone being good to me, so I was like, shit, all I need. You know what I'm saying? So what I did is I ended up filing an insurance claim. They got me a new phone, and it's the same phone, and it's paid off, and now I don't have to pay that 30, 40 bucks every month. You know what I'm saying? Towards my phone. You know what I'm saying? That can go towards car parts. So that's why as soon as I got it, I bought an OtterBox case for it so that we can protect it as long as we can to keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, man, your priorities change. You know what I'm saying? Now we trying to buy go fast parts. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know what I'm saying, the newest iPhone. But like, I mean, I usually upgrade like every 2 to 3 years. It really just depends on, because I think the last phone I had was the iPhone 6. the iPhone 6s Plus, and then from the iPhone 6s Plus, I didn't upgrade again until I got to the 10. Yeah. So then I upgraded to the 10 when it came out. And then that was it. I've been with the 10 ever since. So I am planning to be with the 10 for the foreseeable future until it craps out on me and I can't file an insurance claim to get another one of those. And they be like, look, bruh, you gotta upgrade. So my LG V30 was an $800 phone. It just came out, probably more. I bought it this year for $300. The LG V60's out right now. It said go fast parts, go with spray. What are you talking about? You talking about nitrous? Nah, man, I ain't gonna do all that, man. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing a turbo. Thinking about it. Like actually, I told people if we got 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I was gonna buy a turbo. But 7,300 tonight, I don't know if we're gonna make it. So looks like I could save my money. Classy said I would probably go with nitrous. What's so great about nitrous? Do you think that nitrous is like a cheaper setup? Cause y'all know it come down to the dollar for me, man. Y'all know it come down to the dollar for me.
Get yourself a proper warm-up. We'll be deploying soon. Enemy dropping into the AO.
He said I had nitrous on my bike. Man, with a blast, instant power. But nitrous doesn't make any cool sounds though. Like superchargers whine, turbos spool, and then you got the wastegate sound, or the whatever blow off valve sound. What fucking sound does nitrous make? Like I bought the cam for the colors, right? Not for the horsepower numbers,
Secure cash by completing contract.
but because I want to hear that motherfucker chop. You know what I'm saying? It has to be audio. Like when your shit making some sounds that ain't nobody else shit making. Yeah, that's what's up. Like what the fuck is in his shit? Yeah. Ask about me, nigga. Ask about me. Got that turbo in that bed. Hey. Nah, real talk though. Does Nas? I don't think nitrous makes a sound. Oh, the nitrous purge. You right though. You right. You right. I forgot all about the nitrous purge, man. I forgot. Psst. Psst.
Objective updated. Secure that position. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Yeah, because I mean, I know Donk Master got the. I know Donk Master got the.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
He basically running turbo and nitrous. You know what I'm saying? Turbo and nitrous. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't even on that level, bro. Like, I just.
An enemy team is
Which is
hunting you.
part of the reason why before I was like, man, I wouldn't even run no power adder. Hell, I mean, I said this in the beginning about a cam though. I was like, man, I don't even need no cam, you know, I ain't racing, but I like the sound of it. So now it pretty much came down to the same thing with the with a turbo
Enemy dropping into the AO.
or a supercharger. But supercharger gonna be cheaper. I mean, turbocharger gonna be cheaper. So, guess where we at? Talk about turbos. Nitrous makes a wind light at the track sometime. The purge is pissing money away. It's needed, but man. Oh no. I don't like purging no more. I thought purging was cool.
Enemy dropping
Swap
into the
said
AO.
purge is like pissing money away. I already ain't got that much money to piss.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Hey, big spender.
Enemy UAV overhead.
So yeah, it don't cost. So when the waste game is letting the pressure off, what is it? The waste game? I think I keep calling it the wrong thing. So which one is the one that lets the pressure? Which is the one that makes the fucking cool sound, bro? That's the one I want. Well, I know it's two. No, it's a wastegate and what else?
Enemy
It's like
UAV
two of them
overhead.
or some shit. Wastegate builds the pressure. Once you ride in the nitrous power or something, you would want some kind of power adder. Well, no. I mean, that's the thing, Swaps. I rode in my boy Pro Charge. I rode in my homeboy Pro Charge fucking Tahoe.
Primary LZs are marked. Extract is standing by.
Initially, I think he put. I think it's a 5.7. I think, yeah. I think because it was originally like a 5.3 Tahoe. Took the 5.3 out and put a 5.7 in there, turbocharged it, and then I think he took out. I think he put like I think he changed the motor again. Now he got like a 6.2 in that bitch with the same pro charge. Yeah, shit is crazy, man. The reason I kind of strayed away, well, not strayed away, but the reason I kind of looked the other way because I seen him. I don't know what he's doing, but he has bought like some 8-reel accessories and shit, and he's having some issues, but I don't know exactly what the issues are or what's causing the issues. So I figure turbo is simpler as well. So yeah. Which, I mean, I may not even be seeing the full picture. You know what I'm saying? Watergate. Oh, wastegate and blow off valve. Well, no, not belt slippage. Hell, he was breaking fucking water pumps. I think. I think that was the last mod. I think that was the last mod when I went over there that he was doing. He was changing over to a different water pump or something. A water or like a water pump with a bigger. A water pump with a bigger fucking pulley on it, or a wider pulley on it. So maybe it is belt slippage. Okay, so we got the wastegate and the blow off valve. So the blow off valve is what makes the sound, right? Right. So the wastegate is just it builds up the pressure. But anything over that, it lets it off so that it does not blow up the engine, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm just shooting from the hip. Y'all know when I get serious about it. Y'all gonna know when I get serious about it. Cause I'm gonna come in this bitch like I'm coming back talking about this tuning shit. I'm gonna come back talking about that turbo shit like I know. I'm gonna come back talking about that turbo shit like I know. Y'all gonna be like, yup, that nigga up to something. Yeah, LS is up to something. Yes, sir. So yeah, it might have been that it might have been belt slippage. But yeah, when I get ready to go that route, though, I'll tell you. Everybody has said turbo is like the, I don't know. I guess the quickest way to get to, I guess, your goals, like horsepower goals. But y'all telling me about this nitrous. Nitrous might be like the better bang for buck, but like you gotta keep buying that shit. Like, like with a turbo, like you just gotta have gas, but you're gonna have to put gas in it anyway for the exhaust. With a supercharger, I mean the engine pretty much just gotta run, but you gonna need anyway. You know what I'm saying? So the engine gotta be running for either one of them. You know what I'm saying? But now Swaps is telling me that you can just fucking piss away money. You just piss away money doing the cool shit. Nah, I'm trying to do the cool shit without wasting no money. Cause I'm gonna do it to the extreme. He said turbo to cutlass, and you still have a cruiser with box. With the box, now's the time. He said now's the time. But like, what would I have to go back and do? So I would basically have to take the heads off. Well, no, I'm gonna let you tell me what I would have to do if let's talk hypothetically for a minute, right? If we were to turbo the Cutlass, what would I have to do? Go. Like, what changes would have to be made to, motor, etc., etc., etc. That sounds good though.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy soldiers.
Contact.
Did somebody avenge my death? God damn. So Swap said I ran 12 pounds of boost for those of y'all that don't know now. I'm talking about me. The 12 pounds is boost. That's what he's talking about. So, so Swap said he ran 12 pounds of boost on a 5.3 and never gapped one ring. Never had any problems with it other than I wanted more power. It's a roll of the dice though. Well, I mean, it ain't like I ain't got no spare engine block.
Objective updated. Secure that position.
Nah, I mean, well, I got a spare 5.3 block. I ain't got another 6.0. I think we gonna keep that. We gonna keep that naturally aspirated. They said it's a roll of the dice though. So worst case scenario, what happens if you don't? What happens if you don't gap the rings? So when you gap the rings, does that mean you just have to run less pounds of boost? You gotta put the turbo to 6.0. Nah, I kind of got other plans in mind. If I was to have plans, I think it's somebody else. I don't think it's the Cutlass. I don't think it's the Cutlass. So you can run turbo, possibly on the stock gap of rings, but if you potentially want to run it with as much boost or whatever as possible, then you might want to gap them. Is what I'm gathering, because that's what I do. I gather information. Y'all don't want to see y'all don't want to see the turbo. Y'all don't want to see the turbo box Chevy. Y'all want to see the turbo box Chevy, man. So worst case scenario, it could possibly take possibly take the top of the piston off.
Secure all cash in the
So
area.
when the piston comes off, is that going towards the bottom of the block, right? It's gonna throw it through the bottom. It's not gonna throw it to the top, right? Because that's where
Enemy dropping into the
that's
AR.
where the boom is happening at. So it's gotta throw it down, right? Yeah.
Scrub the contract. It's over.
Whew, I just started yawning, boy. I mean, it's about that time. Well, shit, it's about that time anyway. Shit, it's almost 1 o'clock. Yeah, damn. Why y'all let me stay up like
Secure that
this?
position.
Matter of fact, I'm finna go put this trash out to make sure I don't miss that shit. Finna go put the trash out and take my ass to bed. He said it will go. It will go where it very well pleases. Wherever it decides to go, it's going.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Okay, so the gap is so when you're gapping for a boost, you're going smaller. You're doing a smaller gap, or you're doing a larger gap. Then stop.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Y'all wasn't gonna let him get off on me like that, bro. Y'all wasn't gonna kill me and take my money, bro. Somebody had to survive. I had to do it for the team, nigga.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
6 plays, we'll take it. Oh, okay. You're opening up the gap on the rings for the blow by. Gotcha. So by gapping them, by opening the gap, you're allowing more blow by. Gotcha. So it doesn't actually affect the compression, right? Yeah, we done with that for the night. Eyes red as I don't know what. So appreciate everybody for stopping through and watching, even if you watch this on the replay, which will pretty much be everybody except for Swaps and Classic. Good discussion as always, guys. Just talking about cars and playing video games. It's your boy LSRY254. Remember, identify your weaknesses, make it your strength. Never be afraid to ask questions. Maybe that's why I can't get with the Terminator, man. I gotta identify my weaknesses and make them my strengths. I just can't have strengths off the rip. How can I identify my weaknesses and make them my strengths if the shit is self-tuning and plug and play? Anyway, he said turbos can be finicky, slight intake, air temp can change things. Yeah. We'll chop it up about the swaps. When you get some time, man, I'll text you about it. If you like to tell me all the things you do not know about turbos, then we can text. We can text. All right, man. I'm gonna go take this trash out. Take my ass to bed, man. It's your boy LSRY254. Remember, identify your weaknesses, make it your strength. Life is all about choices. Choose wisely and productivity over procrastination. And remember, the hustle don't stop. The grind don't stop. Make sure y'all go pick up that Terminator X. Use the code LSCR10 for 10% off. Nah, let me stop playing for somebody to try to go over there and get the code for real. Try to get, like, man, LSC, I had 10% off. Nah, man, we ain't down with Holly, man. Holly ain't give us no code. If Holly want to give us a code, we'll take a code. We love a code. Speaking of codes, use that code LSCR10 for 10% off that Grand Omar Clear. Use that code LSCR3. Hold on. I just seen a box Chevy for sale. Oh man, so my boy to put a box Chevy up for sale. Yo! Alright, man, y'all have a good night.